Okay, as a native Texan, here's what I think we need to do about the border. Take all the funds we would be sending to the government, the federal government, in the forms of taxes, and use that to build the wall and deport all of these illegal aliens. Because Biden ain't going to do anything. Zang-a-lang and salutations, my lovely little lunatics. It's me, your friendly internet psychopath insanity, here with my co-host Bob.
Hello.
And today, on the Insane Report, we're talking once again about the border, because more stuff has come out, and also there's just been some really stupid articles that make me want to tear my hair out.
Ah, yes. The border. One of those things that could be easily fixed. And hopefully will soon.
Hopefully, because I'm honestly, at this point in time, I think it's just best if we, the people of Texas, say, screw you, federal government, we'll do it ourselves. But anywho, before we jump into this, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and follow us for more insane news. Also, follow us on Locals,
Rumble,
Minds,
and Bastion.
but you know what? I don't know. We already talked about it some. Let's just jump into it. Wha-bam! From the Daily Mail, Biden's pick for border chief.
What happened to Kamala?
Oh, we all know she's never going to actually do anything. Just like the thing she did with,
Oh, yeah, the space thing where it turns out the kids were actually paid actors.
Yup, because we all know kids don't want to be around her. But anyway, continuing on about this new person. So, border chief says, there isn't a crisis at the border.
Are they stupid?
No, they just believe people are. Ted Cruz introduces bill to send migrants to Democratic hotspots like Martha's Vineyards and Palo Alto.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
It would be. I think these people deserve it. Send more to California. Biden's pick to head Customs and Border Protection, Chris Magnus, refused to classify the situation at the southern border as a crisis. We'll get into why that's very stupid very soon. Republican Senator Todd Young of Indiana pushed Magnus on the surge of illegal aliens under Biden during a confirmation hearing on Tuesday. Does it really matter whether we call it a major challenge, a crisis, or a big problem?
Yes. Yes, it does, because it admits you're an idiot and you're wrong.
At this point, you gotta beat the stupid out of him. Magnus questioned, without saying if he thought it was a crisis. Also on Tuesday, Senator Ted Cruz introduced a bill that would move processing centers for illegal aliens to where Democrat elites host their cocktail parties.
You know, I like Cruz more and more.
Now, if only it actually really... It seems like he's pushing harder, but I want him to push even harder for some of this stuff. This includes North Hero, Vermont, where Bernie Sanders spends his summers, and Martha's Vineyards, where Barack Obama owns a home. Cruz hopes that this will alleviate pressures on southern border states and hit closer to home for the Democrats' elites, who he claims are ignoring the crisis.
Well, they are.
Well, partially.
What now? Joe Biden boosts group that helps illegal immigrants avoid arrest amid border crisis. Oh, God.
It's so awful. It's so stupid you can't believe it's actually true. But it is! El Centro's nonprofit arm has published a series of videos on how illegal immigrants can avoid arrests. Let's just look at strength, community, passion. Those were the words I wrote down during an inspiring charla today with blah, 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 and members of the Latino community in Kansas City. Thank you, El Centro Academy for Children, for all you do, and for being our gracious hosts today.
Yeah, you heard about Domino's, right?
What?
Domino's says we need more immigration to deal with the lack of people.
Okay, well, I'm not going with Domino's anymore. But here, let's once again. So they say it's fine and all that bad thing, blah blah blah. But let's look at what do the migrants think.
Haitians file civil complaint, demand investigation into inhumane detention conditions at U.S. border. Are you kidding me?
Sorry, you don't belong here. You show up in mass and expect to get the grand tour. Oh, just like that. What was it? The one people that were evacuated from Afghanistan, and all of a sudden they're complaining about the food. Like, oh, it's only like one meal. It's like chicken and some fruit and stuff like that. Shut up. I don't care. I do not care. You come here illegally. What you should get is a boot in the tuchus and to be kicked back across the border. But yeah. Haitians who lived for as many as 10 days in squalid conditions under a bridge while confined at the southern U.S. border filed a civil rights complaint Monday demanding an immediate federal investigation into their systemic abuse, some of which were captured in disturbing footage last month, and how racist and discriminatory U.S. immigration policy allowed it to proliferate.
Yeah, this is just stupid.
It really is. This is once again why I think, forget the federal government, Texas just needs to take this upon itself. Even after getting transferred to overcrowded indoor detention facilities where some spend 49 days before release, food and water were scarce, as were blankets. Apples and bread were often all mothers were given to share for days with babies and children, according to the complaint filed with lawyers of the civil rights of Boston. Screw you, I don't care. You wanted to come here illegally. Once again, I believe you should have been immediately turned back around and said out like, yep, go screw yourself. You can either do it the legal way or you can get bent. Which, once again, the big thing about this, they didn't just like magically come from Mexico. They went through multiple states where they could have stayed.
Yeah, not every place along the way, not every country along the way is absolutely a horrible, war-torn, evil place.
But now, no. They believe they have the right to come here. It's the right of all people across the world to come to America.
Yeah, go to hell.
Continuing on. GOP Rep Tony Gonzalez says 100,000 migrants, which once again, let's is it a crisis yet?
Well, yeah.
Are heading towards the U.S. from Central America, and 52 were stopped in Panama because of terrorism ties. Let that settle in again. Terrorism. These people, it's just going to be like, what was it in Europe?
Oh yeah, women being gangbanged by people who thought they didn't have rights, and murders and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's just going to happen here now. And then they're going to get upset because they try to do it in Texas, and we'll shoot them. And then all of a sudden across the news, evil white Texan shoots blah, 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 legal immigrant of blah, 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 blah.
And then it'll actually turn out to be a black guy who shot him.
And then it'll all go quiet.
They're so stupid.
It's so retarded. Speaking on the Real American Podcast with GOP Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel, he said the situation in Del Rio is the worst I've ever seen it. Gonzalez said Panama's foreign minister told him they'd apprehended 52 illegal immigrants with ties to Al-Qaeda.
You mean the place that we just ran out of? Those people that actually don't care and would love to go on a murdering spree?
Exactly. I go, holy smokes, does the administration know about this? He said. She goes, there's no one home. I'm talking to you because the administration is absent. But, there are, we're going to have a good news, and then we're going to get into some worse news.
Oh, great.
The good news. Biden will restart Trump's Remain in Mexico policy amid a surge in illegal immigrants after losing the legal battle to try and get it thrown out.
At least the courts are doing something.
Yeah, we can hope they will do more. The Biden administration said it plans to reinstate Trump's Remain in Mexico policy. The policy makes asylum seekers wait in Mexico for hearings in U.S. immigration court. U.S. Homeland Security Alejandro, I'm not even going to try, ended the policy in June after an internal review saying it achieved mixed effectiveness.
No, it actually did something, whereas this is doing nothing.
True, but once again, these people are retarded and just want to push their own stuff. They don't care about what actually happens. But in August, a federal judge sided with Texas and Missouri, saying the policy needed to be reinstated in good faith. DHS said in a statement that it remains committed to building a safe, orderly, and humane immigration system that upholds our laws and virtues.
No, they aren't.
Nope. But continuing on to the bad part.
Oh, great. Revealed Biden administration is secretly flying hundreds of underage migrants from Texas to New York for resettlement. Let me guess, they aren't doing this in the middle of the day.
No, they're doing it like 2 and 4 in the morning.
Great.
The program is an effort by the White House to resettle migrants in New York.
They're all gonna get murdered.
Oh yeah, they're all gonna get murdered. It comes after a summer that saw border immigration facilities overwhelmed. Data from U.S. Customs and Border Protection shows 37,805 unaccompanied minors were caught entering the U.S. from Mexico between July and August.
1 month.
1 month, and that's only the unaccompanied minors, not the ones with people holding on to them claiming that they're theirs. The New York Post has now reported seeing planes landing at New York's Westchester County Airport with migrants disembarking onto buses, which we have here. Yep, here they are. All these kiddos being flown in. Here's the big thing. Look, there are cops.
So these people are perfectly fine with child trafficking.
That's basically what's going on here at this point. It is beyond clown world at this point in time. Because here's the big thing. They're also, wait, let's go back. Boop. Also, as you can see, they're also pushing them down to Florida.
I don't think DeSantis is going to be happy about this.
He's not, but at the same time, he's not really doing anything about it. Honestly, what needs to happen for the people being sent to New York? Okay, whatever. New York, I don't care. Because here's the big thing. Sorry, kiddos, you got pretty much either that, or no, at least if they got thrown into California, it would be at least somewhat nice living, maybe.
Well, that's where all the cartels are.
Oh, yeah, well, yep, at the same point in time, I don't care. I really don't care. At this point in time, you want to come here illegally and then moan and whine and complain that you just aren't being let in? Well, too bad. Too bad. You shouldn't be let in. Florida, Texas, these other states that don't want this, stop sending taxes to the federal government. Just stop. Just stop. Stop and spend that money to protect your borders, to find these illegal immigrants and give them the boot. Deport them. And you will see how quickly the federal government will bend over backwards to like, okay, we'll do something.
Yeah, no, it's that with everything. Once you go after the money, they will capitulate.
Yeah, because once again, as we saw with the other stuff where people are now like, where the higher ups are like, oh God, it's now affecting us that people don't have jobs because where's our servants? This will affect them as well. This is beyond disgusting. And once again, those cops who are letting this happen, you are fine with child trafficking because that's what this is. They're saying these kids are being brought in so that they could find families and homes and all that stuff. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're going to be put in some horrible home. Most of them are probably going to die at some point in time. They're not going to. They're either going to disappear into the system, be used for child trafficking or whatnot. That's just how it is because they're undocumented and they disappeared or never heard from again. They will be used and abused and thrown out when their usefulness has ended. Just like all these places when they hire a bunch of illegal immigrants, they don't pay them well, and if someone complains, they go and like, hey, ICE, we found illegal immigrants here. And then of course the news is going like, well, who would take these jobs now that the illegal immigrants were thrown out? And then people will swarm in droves to take that job because, hey, it's better than what they were doing. This is beyond disgusting, and I cannot, because once again, this is coming out more and more and more, so people are seeing it, and people are once again seeing that Biden is useless, the Biden administration is useless, it's all crumbling around them, and that in 2022, they are going to get run over.
And in 2024, they probably won't win another presidential election for a while.
We can only hope so. But anyhow, that'll be the end of this little video. If you like this video, then check the like button and subscribe for more.
Insanity.
And I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.